Welcome back to one of my YouTube videos. This one's actually really different because I want to incorporate my face into this. Because I feel like it's more personal when I talk to the camera straight on versus just having like the audio version of myself. In this video, I actually really want to talk about the sets that are going to come out later this year. So if you see me actually look off to the left, I'm actually just looking at the prices in the set and the minifigures. So with this first set, it's actually going to be UCS R2D2, around $200 in release. In May 2021. I personally don't have any of those like Yoda style statues like this big or the Grogu statue, but I did definitely go to a Bricks minifigs with the old 2012 version of it, and it was really cool because it was about like that tall, and people may criticize it on the photo, but in real life it was actually a very good set. Personally, I wouldn't buy the UCS version only because I don't really have like statues all over the place, and I only do like minifigure scale like this. So the only UCS sets I own are currently the UCS Millennium Falcon and Slave 1, which are considered minifigure scale. And I really don't have any desire for anything that's not minifigure scale, because I can't use it in mock. But I do enjoy ordinary sets that are, supposed to be a playset. That's what I enjoy designing too. I'm completely okay with owning those and putting them in mock. Just because I kind of want the best version of the set. When it comes to a Venator, of course I can't have a minifigure scale version of it because that's physically impossible. And the next set is actually the Archons class Star Destroyer, and I really want this to be a great set because I was actually going to design that myself, but I've seen a lot of other people design the set, and I personally would have done it way different than they did. But it's supposed to be the Moff Gideon Cruiser, and it's supposed to be around $160 with Mando, Bo-Katan, and Moff Gideon, 2 of the Dark Troopers. The thing I'm really interested in is the Dark Troopers because that's one of the most things people would want them, the most of, because there's at least 30 of them in the shot. So the market value of those would probably be like at least $30 a piece for people that want to make mocks of it. And of course the Bo-Katan might be in another set this year, so that might not be the best way to get her. And of course Moff Gideon, but I feel like LEGO might cheap out on that one, because if you look at Greef Karga, like the minifigure is not that great because like the legs are all non-printed and stuff. So as a LEGO Star Wars set designer, I would actually really want it to be like around this big, at least as big as my Venator. So I set next to that. But of course, it's not gonna have a bottom plate at all. It's just gonna be all flat, and it's only gonna be the exterior and some interior stuff. A little behind the scenes, one set actually did want me to make a frigate, a Republic frigate. And since I kind of quit designing, I didn't do that. So I'm really interested in seeing official LEGO designers like approach this set. And the next set is going to be Ahsoka versus Darth Maul, and it's going to be roughly $20, which I really do think that might be a cool set for parts, because the set itself is going to be pretty garbage, like the Mustafar set. And of course it's going to be like, this small, and it's only going to be for figures. Because I have no anticipation for that set, like just displaying it wise. But the figures are probably going to be outstanding. And the next set is actually going to be a Slave 1, again. I have no anticipation for that set at all. Unless it's a different variant of, like the all, green, nice, cleaned up version as we see in The Mandalorian. But I highly doubt they're ever going to do that, because they only make certain amounts of new figures every single year, and they don't want to go all out for certain things sometimes. Oh, and I never said the price, and it's like $50, and I personally don't think it's going to be that great of a set at all. Unless they make it like, this big, and I have the UCS version of it, and it's one of my favorite UCS sets. The overall design is like sleek and nice and modern, and if I was designing it myself, I couldn't really do better, because they had to make specific parts for that set, which myself, as a designer, I have no ability to make a certain part. Only official LEGO designers that make, Star Wars sets could do that, because they only did it in that set and a few others. And the modular series, they do that a lot. The next set is actually going to be Imperial Troop Transport, and it's roughly going to be $40, 2 Stormtroopers, Greef Karga, and 1 yellow Stormtrooper. I don't know what the yellow Stormtrooper could be, but I would actually buy a few of those just because of figures, and I'm actually curious how they do on the set itself, because it has to be within like this big if it's $40. This year that I actually noticed that they've like decreased the size, but like also included some good figures as well, and made it really cheap compared to before, like at $80 X-Wing or something. So I'm actually looking forward to this one. Probably my most anticipated set is the Bad Batch Shuttle, because one set actually did want me to design one, but I rejected because, I wasn't going to do that. And now I'm actually very glad I didn't do that, because it's like Lego's making a set that's probably becoming more popular than One Studs, and includes all of the Bad Batch. So that's a no-brainer. Versus what's gonna happen with this one, it's gonna be very stud oriented. All panels. It's not gonna have any tiles probably, but hopefully the size is like this big, because the wingspan is gonna be, at least this big. So with all these sets, I'm very curious how Lego approaches it, because I've seen only mock builders build it. So seeing someone that dedicates months designing a set professionally is going to be very interesting, because I know how I would do it. So they should probably do a way better job than me, because they have, quality control. So the second to last set is actually a Mandalorian Starfighter, which I actually have like right here. I have the original one from 2013, I think, or 14. But it sits and it doesn't do anything. It's not really relevant to anything I'm making, and it's good size compared to my body. I like the design. You just do like that, and then swish it around, I guess. But I haven't done that ever with any of my Star Wars sets, so it's overall good design. This one is. I think that the next one, since it's gonna be $60, it should roughly be the same size. Since I think this one was maybe 50 when it first came out. It's not a bad set, but I just, don't display it anywhere. The only thing that's gonna be really great in that is actually might be the figures with the Gar Saxon, a Mandalorian royalist, because people like, David could maybe buy a bunch of those, put that in Mandalore while it's still built, but I highly doubt that he's gonna have it that long. So that's my thought on that set, and let's go to the last one. So possibly one of the best sets on here, display-wise, is going to be this Darth Vader transformation set. I actually had the 2018 version of it, the small playset version of it. I like the figures a lot, but the set was pretty garbage, because it's not good to display anywhere. With the set, I actually really want to have at least a black border around it to look very premium for a nice display, since it's an 18 plus. And it's probably going to, of course, come with Darth Vader. The figure that I really want to have the most is in the background of Return of the Jedi, in the Emperor's throne room. There's like this the Sith, can't really remember what they're called, but they're like loyalists to the Emperor. This guy with like a weird hat and he's purple. I think that'd be really cool to include. But that's actually my overall thought on the set's gonna come out later this year. But I actually did have a great time making this video. So if you guys want to see more, my face, it's kind of weird to say, but it actually gives you guys a good size perspective on the mock, so maybe in the next 1313 video I post, it'll be more my face. So I'd love if you guys comment below if you actually do want to see more of my face, since it's more personal than just my voice. Have a great day and see you next time.